Environmental justice, pollution, and climate. In Los Angeles and across America, people of color are suffering and dying from disproportionate health impacts on a planet that has less than 10 years to prevent irreversible damage. Heat illnesses, respiratory illnesses, water-related illnesses, food system impacts, insect-related diseases, Black maternal health, and mental health effects. As the impacts of climate change mount, millions of vulnerable people, our people, are going to bear the brunt of these extreme environmental events, which will likely lead to forced displacement, loss of cultural identity, and other related risks. These realities are as real as rain. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details about the most progressive multimedia and live events campaign any Black media outlet has ever undertaken to combat the climate catastrophe. Experts, events, empowerment. It's all on the way from unapologetically progressive KBLA Talk 1580. We don't black down. We level up.
Level up, 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 level up. Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
We had a homeboy. He used to sit down and pee. He never seen a man stand up and pee, because your mother teach you to sit down and pee. That psychologically does something to a boy. Mm-hmm. Boys aren't supposed to sit down and pee. But what do mama do? She gets you a pot and she train you to sit down to pee. Mm. When do you learn to stand up? When? It's a whole lot of little boys sitting down peeing. When do you learn to stand up? Because all behavior is taught. All behavior is learned. Okay, well, where do you learn to sit down? Watching mama. Why you think little boy, mama's supposed to close the door when he try to come watch her pee? Most women let her infant boy come in the room, watch her pee, watch her get dressed, and he take on those traits and characteristics from here. Mm-hmm. You can put that same baby with a wolf, and he'll behave like a wolf. So you figure by the time this kid get 9, 10 years old, he never sees a man stand up and pee. What do we learn?
Now, you talked about, I believe in one of a past interview where you said that because you didn't have the proper male guidance, and what happened with you in the streets led you to go into prison, which then you believe made you into a better man. Do you still believe that right now today?
Yes, ma'am. Prison is the tool God used to strengthen and make all of us better men. Our mothers can't do it. She tried. That's why we all have to go to prison. That's why most.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason coming back to the table with another powerful topic. Mama, is a mother's love enough to raise a black boy? Now, the voice you heard before mine was the brother Charleston White, I believe. Now, hey, what are your thoughts? Do you agree or disagree with his view on single mothers raising boys? Now, let me just say this. A lot of times we speak from an anecdotal space, right? From a personal experience space, right? You know, he might be speaking from his experience, you know, from, you understand what I'm saying? Just, you know, from his upbringing, from his surrounding, from his culture, from our culture. But I don't know if that is psychologically true, right? Because he brought up psychologically, this and that will happen if a child is raised in that type of environment. And he very well might be true. He might be right. However, I want to ask questions. Can a woman's love, a single mother's love, be enough to raise a strong black boy? Now, we know 70% of African American children are born out of wedlock, and the majority of those children are in the care of a primary caregiver, typically a mother. So I ask this question. I know it's erroneous, but I'm going to ask this question anyway. Is a mother's love enough to raise a black boy? Which parent is more important to a son during his formative years? 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. I need to know from parents tonight. I need to know from single mothers. Are you struggling to raise your son? And if so, in what way? How soon/early should single mothers teach their sons how to cope with rejection from a woman within an intimate relationship? True or false, single mothers should try to find a healthy, intelligent, empathetic, and respectful tribe for her sons to join in their formative years. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Get ready, get ready, get ready. How should a single mother raise her son? To be strong, to be independent, to be a man even. Can a woman raise a boy into a man? Is she restricted merely by her gender? 1-800-920-1580. Can single mothers raise good sons? What are the effects on boys raised exclusively by their mother? Single mothers. How does a mother's love impact a black boy's development and sense of self-worth? See, let me just say this. A lot of people are always attacking love like love is the problem. What if she's just not a good mother? Right? Anybody think of that? What if she's just not a good mother? Poor choice in men. How about that? Everybody go right to love. You know why? Because love doesn't need to defend itself. And because it doesn't defend itself, people think it's an easy win. 1-800-920-1580. I don't think love is an easy win. In what ways can a father figure positively contribute to a young black boy's upbringing? I think tremendously. How can a single mother ensure her son receives positive role models in their lives? How does the absence of a father figure affect a black boy's understanding of masculinity and identity? I want to hear from fathers. I want to hear from mothers. I want to know, like, is this even a viable question? Somebody sent me the Charleston White clip. And they said, Zoe, you should talk about this. Now, I'm a father of 2 sons, and they pretty cold-blooded right now. I've raised them to be cold. Boy. Them boys is boys. You understand? I've raised some boys. You know what I mean? But if I wasn't there, right, would they have turned out the way that they are today? You know, I want to know. I want to hear some success stories. I want to hear from single mothers that just say, you know what? This is all a myth. I got 3 boys, and their daddy wasn't there, and I raised some G's. And I believe that exists. You understand? I did a show recently where I was like, show me your son. It's easy to put it on the woman all the time. It's easy to put it on love all the time because, like I said before, people think these are easy wins. But would it be better for a mother of a young black boy to raise that child by herself if the father is incompetent in every aspect of his life? 1-800-920-1580. When I come for, I don't even want to go for it just yet. I don't want to go for it. No, I refuse to go for it. Andy, can you play the Charleston White clip one more again? Because I thought he said some things that I found to be intriguing. I don't know how much gospel is in what he said. But let me come back. You can never, ever extrapolate the society in which we live. Right? We're molded to do certain things in certain ways because we've been conditioned to do so. I just find it odd that love, because you know love is under attack in our community, right? Love is not enough. Love don't pay the bills. Love, you know what I'm saying? Love doesn't solve problems in relationship. Well, it can. It can, because if you love each other truly, you'll find a way. The great Krishnamurti. I always talk about the great Krishnamurti because I've read all of his books. And he says something quite profound. He says, within the problem lies the solution. Right? But because we have an aversion to love, or love looks like an easy win, it's always, a target. People get to say, is a mother's love enough to raise a son? Well, I haven't seen my father since 1978. And I turned out to be all right. I'm flawed. I'm broken. I'm a wounded healer, sure. However, my mother did a damn good job. Look at me now. Huh? No, listen, she had 4 boys and 2 girls. None of us went to prison. None of us were on drugs. We started off in the projects. So, did she succeed or fail? I'm here talking to you, the voice of reason, the product of a single mother. I'm interested to know. You got that clip? That clip can take us right to break.
Man, we had a homeboy. He used to sit down and pee. He never seen a man stand up and pee. Because your mother teach you to sit down and pee. That psychologically does something to a boy. Mm-hmm. Boys aren't supposed to sit down and pee. But what does mama do? She gets you a pot and she train you to sit down to pee. Mm. When do you learn to stand up? When? It's a whole lot of little boys sitting down peeing. Mm. When do you learn to stand up? Because all behavior is taught. All behavior is learned. Okay, well, where do you learn to sit down? Watching mama. Why you think little boy, mama's supposed to close the door when he try to come watch her pee? Most women let her infant boy come in the room, watch her pee, watch her get dressed, and he take on those traits and characteristics from here. Mm-hmm. You can put that same baby with a wolf, and he'll behave like a wolf. So you figure by the time this kid get 9, 10 years old, he never sees a man stand up and pee. Mm. What do we learn?
Now you talked about I believe
reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Environmental justice, pollution, and climate. In Los Angeles and across America, people of color are suffering and dying from disproportionate health impacts on a planet that has less than 10 years to prevent irreversible damage. Heat illnesses, respiratory illnesses, water-related illnesses, food system impacts, insect-related diseases, black maternal health, and mental health effects. As the impacts of climate change mount, millions of vulnerable people, our people, are going to bear the brunt of these extreme environmental events, which will likely lead to forced displacement, loss of cultural identity, and other related risks. These realities are as real as rain. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details about the most progressive multimedia and live events campaign any black media outlet has ever undertaken to combat the climate catastrophe. Experts, events, empowerment. It's all on the way from unapologetically progressive KBLA Talk 1580. We don't black down. We level up.
Level up, 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 level up.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles is a nonprofit law firm that protects and advances the rights of the most underserved, leveling the playing field and ensuring that everyone can have access to the justice system. Every year, LAFLA provides free, high-quality legal services to more than 100,000 people living in poverty across greater Los Angeles. Their unique combination of neighborhood offices, self-help centers at courthouses, and domestic violence clinics puts Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles on the front lines in vulnerable communities and at the forefront of change. LAFLA's expert team of attorneys, paralegals, and support staff works to provide direct representation, offer counsel and advice, provide referrals, and educate the community about their legal rights through workshops and seminars. With locations all over LA, you can access their services or volunteer to help no matter where you live. And if you have an urgent issue, call 213-235-0060. That's 213-235-0060. To get legal help, make a donation, or volunteer, visit lafla.org. lafla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
They want to make good choices. It's just they have a hard time. And if they don't have someone to emulate, it's that much harder for them.
Yeah, see, that's the truth of it. And what I try to get single moms to understand is that wanting to have someone to emulate, it cannot be you. Because what they struggling with and what they trying to figure out, man, can only be taught by a man. I'm telling you, Jalen, let me ask you something, man. How do you think it went?
I think it went really good because first when Ben came, I thought he was a stranger to me. And I didn't want to, say anything to him, I thought this was, a joke at first. I didn't, really take it serious. But then at the end of the day, I started thinking, I was like, this is somebody that can help me out. This is somebody that is successful in life. They've done things that I would like to do, be very successful. When I got stuff off my chest, like manhood, he said it's real, the real world. It's crazy. Things happen. It's not given to you. Things aren't given to you. You have to work for it.
Man. Woo! Steve Harvey show. That was a nice little clip. Is a mother's love enough to raise a black boy? Well, what kind of mother is she? Is she educated? Is she from a good background? You understand? You have to ask deeper questions, I believe. One thing I know about the universe, there are no absolutes. Are we absolutely saying tonight that women, regardless of socioeconomic standing, regardless of race, can't raise a man or raise a boy into manhood? Right? And if she can, what is the method that she should use? What is the most effective pathway for her? 1-800-920-1580. Raising a child is a complex and multifaceted task. And when it comes to raising a black boy, the challenges can be even more pronounced. In tonight's show, we will explore the impact of a mother's love on a black boy's development and self-worth, the role of positive male figures, the potential challenges faced by single mothers, and strategies that can be employed to overcome them. Additionally, we will delve into the unique experiences and challenges faced by black boys in society, the importance of community support, and the complexities of discussing race and racism. Ultimately, we aim tonight to shed a little light on the potential long-term effects of a black boy's self-esteem and confidence when solely raised by a single mother? The phone lines are open. I want to talk to folk. 1-800-920-1580. Let's get it started now. Reggie, Austin, Texas. Texas is on the board first.
What's up, Zoe? Man, there's some things that we need to get away from, and some thoughts that we need to really nix right now. Just because certain things did not happen to you doesn't mean that they haven't happened to others in our community. And when we speak in absolutes, I think that's what we're doing. I grew up with my father, but I have several friends that grew up with mothers, and they're absolutely successful. There are too many successful people to say, okay, it has to be done this way. It's not like we're living in a world devoid of men. So even if you don't have a man in your house, there are several men in your neighborhood and in your purview. As far as what you know, every word that's spoken to you is part of what you know. And just on another point, man, I remember 7th grade. The best teacher I ever had spoke life into me when there wasn't any. And she was absolutely monumental in my life. Now, I have my father, but if I did not have this teacher that spoke life to me when I didn't see any in me, I wouldn't be here right now. Bro, I would have took my life a long, long time ago. And I honor that woman every day, just because of the words that she spoke to me. So everybody has a story, and if you have a story of a strong woman in your life that is lasting and that gave you life and gave you roots, then don't let anybody stomp out that memory. Your memory and your experience is absolutely important in this discussion. And that's not just for you, but that's for anybody that hears me. Men are important. Men are absolutely necessary. But love, where there's love, there's light. And where there's light, there's truth. And the truth of the matter is women can do anything that's necessary. And it's not one way for women to speak life in the young men. I mean, it's a myriad of ways we can do this.
Wait, hold tight. You cooking, man. I just got to go forward. When I come forward, I'm going back to Austin, Texas, because Reggie laying it, man.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. New York City Mayor Eric Adams says hate has no place in the city or on college campuses. While speaking to News 4 New York, Adams said the war in the Middle East is a teachable moment to identify the terrorist behavior of Hamas. Adams, who is black, adds it's important for children not to participate in some of the hateful rhetoric being spread, saying that's not what our city is. A 6-time convicted felon charged in a mass shooting that wounded 15 people at a Halloween party will remain in custody. Authorities say William Groves faces 15 counts of attempted murder and unlawful use of a weapon by a felon for the attack early Sunday in Chicago, Illinois. Groves was reportedly thrown out of a party at a business before returning and shooting into the crowd. The event space where the party was held will be closed under the city's summary closure ordinance. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles let you choose from your fave 4, including a sausage or egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, or medium hot coffee. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
Environmental justice, pollution, and climate. In Los Angeles and across America, people of color are suffering and dying from disproportionate health impacts on a planet that has less than 10 years to prevent irreversible damage. Heat illnesses, respiratory illnesses, water-related illnesses, food system impacts, insect-related diseases, black maternal health, and mental health effects. As the impacts of climate change mount, millions of vulnerable people, our people, are going to bear the brunt of these extreme environmental events, which will likely lead to forced displacement, loss of cultural identity, and other related risks. These realities are as real as rain. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details about the most progressive multimedia and live events campaign any black media outlet has ever undertaken to combat the climate catastrophe. Experts, events, empowerment. It's all on the way from unapologetically progressive KBLA Talk 1580. We don't black down. We level up.
Level up, 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 level up.
If you are a private individual or a small business owner who has had problems obtaining a business loan, credit card, or just even acquiring an apartment, please call Alliance Hillview LP for a free consultation at area code 510-459-6001. That's area code 510-459-6001. Remember, don't let your past determine your future.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. Pro Football Hall of Famer and urban peace pioneer Jim Brown believed in just that. So he founded the Amera I Can Foundation for Social Change in 1988, focusing on at-risk and high-risk youth in underserved schools and juvenile detention facilities, as well as adult incarceration and reentry initiatives. The core of the Amera I Can program is its 15-chapter life skills curriculum. Mastery of these skills allows individuals to meet their academic potential, conform their behavior to acceptable societal standards, and improve the quality of their lives by equipping them with what they need to confidently and successfully contribute to society. Today, the foundation is led by its president, Monique Brown, who has been actively involved in the organization for more than 25 years. The Amera I Can Foundation continues its work in memory of its founder, actor, philanthropist, and NFL legend Jim Brown. To get involved or make a donation, please visit AmeriICanCommunity.partners. That's AmeriICanCommunity.partners. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, Maisha Cairo here, KBLA, live at Chase Bank on Crenshaw and Vernon for the In This Together tour with female business owners, a day of empowerment, community panels, and best of all, tips on building business from marketing to capital. I was able to speak with Kate Luzio, former banking executive and now owner of Luminary, who partnered with Chase for this tour. She makes it her business to build community for business owners.
Yes, so I was a banker for 20 years before I decided to become an entrepreneur. 7 of those years were actually at JP Morgan Chase. One of the biggest things that I had going into my entrepreneurial journey was a big background in banking.
So what advice are you giving business owners looking for financial backing today?
So Chase brings in so much knowledge and the opportunity to understand what financial tools are out there for business owners to build, grow, and scale their business. A lot of business owners will say, well, I need to get a loan immediately. Well, you wouldn't just lend money to your friend if you didn't know why they needed it. I tell every business owner, you need a business plan, you need financial projections, you need a banker. Because you have to start building a relationship with a banker so that they get comfortable with how you're going to build that business and so that they can eventually support you in different ways.
Makes sense. So visit the Chase Community Center on Crenshaw and Vernon. Meet a banker today. Tell them about your business. I'm Maisha Cairo in the community for KBLA with JP Morgan Chase.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Phil Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Just had a fight with my woman over something trivial told. We rarely have confrontation, and if the I said really was bold, I think she get it from my mama. Her bitterness passed down from old. When I'm calling out her drama, she too defensive to listen, I'll call so. Look at me, I got problems. You got the type of advice that I need. I couldn't get through on the mention series. Dana was hogging up the time that I need. Between working or being so clingy. Plus the time zone difference don't make it more easy. Oh, so I figured I'd call in early. Turn my life down, mercy, I got through. You tuned in. Yeah, yeah. So just lay back your mind. Something new. Everybody tuning in the zone. Cause he is the reason, yeah.
John, speaking to the listeners and the viewers, odds are you know somebody who is a single parent, a single mom particularly. The U.S. has the world's highest rate of children living in single-parent households.
I'm not sure I knew that.
Yeah, that's a stunner. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, 1 in 6 children in the U.S. are being raised without a father. And again, we understand there are dads who are single parents, but another data point is 80% of the single parents are moms. So we're going to speak to that today. We see you. We know you are there, that 20% that are the dads raising their children. I think a lot of what we talk about today is going to be relevant to you, but we're going to address our topic toward moms raising sons. And, let me just say, I come from a single parent household. My mom, after my mom and dad divorced when I was 5, she did it, and she did it well until she died when I was 9. I mean, she didn't have that much time with me, but she gave me so much. And man, even the work ethic, I can remember her working 2 and 3 jobs just to put food on the table. And she was just that kind of person. And then running around trying to keep the family together, with meals and laundry and all the stuff. I think back on it, I just wish I would have been more mature and been able to do my own laundry to help her out now. But we want to speak to your heart today. You've got a big job, the most important job, and we want to help you with the tools to do it even better.
And our guest was also raised by a single mom, and as Jim said, there are single dads listening in. We do believe you'll hear some good stuff here from our guest. Roland Warren is the CEO of CareNet, a pro-life ministry that supports a network of pregnancy centers and helps women in crisis pregnancies. His latest book is Raising Sons of Promise, a guide for single mothers of boys, and it really is going to form the basis of our conversation today. Get your copy when you click the link on the screen or call 800-A-FAMILY.
Roland, welcome back to Focus.
Well, thank you for having me, Jim. Great to be here.
It's good to see you. Thanks for all you do at CareNet. I mean, Focus works with CareNet, and we both work with those.
Ooh, wow. Did you hear those stats? 1 in 6 kids raised by a single parent, and 80% of that metric are single moms. Can she raise a boy of promise? The power of a mother's love. A mother's love is a powerful force that can shape a child's life. It provides a foundation of emotional support, nurturing, and guidance. For a black boy, a mother's love can be particularly impactful in fostering a strong sense of self-worth and resilience. By instilling values of self-love, cultural pride, and resilience, a mother can empower her son to navigate the challenges he may face in a society that often perpetuates stereotypes of systematic racism. Can mothers do that effectively? Yes or no? 1-800-920-1580. Let me get my brother Reggie from Austin, Texas back in the building. Your thoughts, my friend?
Mothers can and do affect and raise effective men. Not just effective adults, but effective men. Men who can listen actively and who can think creatively. And my lived experience can trump any figure that I hear from any talking head, and that's just real.
Reggie, you know what you just did, right?
Brought Austin in the building.
You brought Austin, Texas in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. I want to hear from single mothers. I want to hear from single fathers. I want to hear from y'all. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580, and I want to understand. I really want to understand. Because I hear blanket license kind of statements out there. A woman can't do this. A man should do this, blah, blah, blah. Ideally, I believe mothers and fathers should work together, whether they're together or not, to raise the children they bore. I see a family unit headed by moms and fathers, or fathers and mothers. I see that family unit as a metaphorical battery. The positive charge is the father, the negative charge or the neutral charge is the mother. And when you put those two charges together, you get a charge. You get a sense of power. And I think when one or the other is missing, it creates an imbalance. And I just really want to get your thoughts on it tonight, because this is a very powerful topic, especially as it pertains to African American children. I don't want them to feel the single, children in single parented homes that are ran by mothers. I don't want them to feel that they are somehow handicapped. But the question has been, are they? 1-800-920-1580. Let's get these callers going. Face Facts, Brooklyn, New York.
What's going on, Zoe?
My friend. I'm good, man. What's going on with you? How you doing? Welcome to the show, and what are your thoughts?
Listen, we have to be honest, right? Especially black boys in this country, when you were raised by a single mother, you are handicapped, whether you like it or not. There's a large proponent of Stockholm Syndrome associated with men that are raised by women. Because when you ask them what their experience was growing up under the single mother, they're analyzing it as the child that they used to be versus the man that they currently are. You can't evaluate your parents' parentage as a child. You can only do that as an adult.
Keep going, you're cooking. Keep going.
When they say, "Oh, well, my mother did a good job," okay, what's your the point of demarcation? What are you measuring that against? Okay, you said that she loved you, but what is the love based on? Because when you say a father loves you, that comes with expectation. You can't say that your mother did it on her own, especially as a black child, claiming a system of white supremacy, when most times that black mother used that same system of white supremacy to keep the black father away from the child. So where does that factor into the equation? Now, when you ask that, that's when the Stockholm Syndrome comes in and people get defensive. Oh, well, you hate women. No, I'm asking an objective question. Right, wrong, and indifferent. Can we analyze this, realistically?
Brother, you got the floor, brother. You cooking. Keep going.
That's always my question. Like, how are we determining whether a mother's doing a good job or not? Because in order for you to say that a mother's good, you'd have to compare it to a bad mother. So what's a bad mother? Why is a mother only bad under the most extreme circumstances? The same woman who in the same circumstances who creates a LeBron James, creates a Tom Mel that's knocking over liquor stores.
Bruh, you come on, man. You can't stop. Bruh, you can't stop. You can't.
Listen, I was giving you the opportunity to jump in, but I'll keep going if you need me.
You listen, this your time to shine, not mine. Go ahead.
Because I'll be honest with you, right? I was raised by a single mother, but the thing that women don't understand, especially with men, when you're raising a boy, especially a black boy, a lot of things are preparation. So women do not prepare their sons for anything.
Ooh.
Not the obstacles that they need to overcome as men. Ooh. They're unprepared.
Wow. That's a heavy one. Wait, now I'm going to jump in real quick. Just real quick. Now I'm going to jump in. Do you agree or disagree with the brother's sentiment? He said women, and I hate absolutes, by the way. He said they don't prepare their boys. I don't know if that, I don't know. I can't agree with that fully. Hold tight. Face facts, Brooklyn is on fire. Brooklyn in the house, without a doubt. When I come forward, we're going to get his final thoughts.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Do you have both Medi-Cal and Medicare?
If so, the new LA Care plan called Medicare Plus can help you get the most out of your health plan for $0.
LA Care provides personalized service to Angelinos like us.
Plus, it gives us access to doctors and specialists across Los Angeles County.
For zero cost, we get access to full benefits.
From vision coverage,
in-home support services,
to prescription drug coverage,
and a quarterly over-the-counter allowance,
plus personal equipment,
meal programs,
a gym membership,
and so much more.
For more than 25 years,
LA Care has provided Angelinos with access to quality health care at an affordable cost.
For our families,
our seniors,
our community,
it's a plus.
It's a plus
for all of us.
For all of us, this generation and the next, there is simply no place in our lives for litter. And yet, it's everywhere we look. And unfortunately, it does belong to all of us. So, let's come together and create a litter-free, clean California, once and for all. Remember to properly dispose of your trash and recycling. Secure truckloads with tarps to keep debris from flying out. Clean out your car when you're at a gas station. Take pride in your community by organizing a cleanup event. Or join a cleanup event near you. Zero litter is the goal. Join us at cleanca.com. That's cleanca.com. Let's do it together. Brought to you by Caltrans. cleanca.com.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
and gentlemen, you already know my playlist is my co-host. Let him hit that first verse. He about to hit it right now. Come on. Yeah. Gang, gang. Gang, 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 gang. Boy, this was the longest jelly ever. All right, here we go.
It was the 3rd of September.
What?
That day I'll always remember. Yes, I will. 'Cause that was the day that my daddy died.
Woo! The voice of reason is on fire tonight. KBLA Talk 1580. You know I come with those topics. We are asking the question, is it possible for a single mother, is her love enough to raise a young black boy of promise? Single mothers face unique challenges in raising black boys, but with the right strategies, they can raise good sons. Firstly, they should actively seek out male role models through community organizations, mentorship programs, or family members. By involving these figures in their sons' lives, single mothers can provide diverse perspectives and experiences that may contribute to their sons' growth. Additionally, fostering open and honest, non-judgmental communication can create safe spaces for discussions about race, about women, about relationships, and racism. And can help black boys develop a strong sense of identity and navigate many of the societal challenges that I outlined. Let's get our guy, Face Facts from Brooklyn, New York, back in here for his final thought.
Yeah, I'm gonna close out on this. My final thought is, we know that women can't do it, and the statement that you made before you threw it back to me proves it. The fact that she has to enlist other men to substitute a father proves that she can't do it. Motherhood is the only job where you can outsource and not get the job completed yourself and still take credit for it. I can't hire you to go into the gym and lift, bench press 3 plates on each side for me and say that I'm a bodybuilder if I didn't actually do the work myself. Now it's a different circumstance, right? I could understand a woman that's a widow. That's a complete. When you say single mother, we have to be specific. The mothers who purposely alienate fathers from their children cannot raise children.
Ooh, keep going.
You put those type of women in a different category than widowers where a husband died or he got sick or even if he went to jail. If you purposely, especially, this is always my contention with the pro-black. If you're going to complain about a system, then you cannot use it against the men of your group and then play victim. If you forcefully use the system to alienate that child from his father or her father, you are handicapping that child in ways that you can't even imagine. And in sometimes in ways that you can't imagine. But you care more about your own false perception than that child's future.
Wow. Hey, Face Facts. What did you just do? You don't know it?
I know it. I know what I did. I attacked the trope that the man just left.
No, you supposed to say, I brought Brooklyn in the building, man. Come on.
Oh, well, listen, I always do that.
Hey, man, we appreciate the call. Brooklyn, New York is in the house. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call us at 1-800-920-1580. Let's get these callers in. Who's been on the longest? Sean, Oakland, California. Get in here.
Hey, brother, what a great call. Number one, I can never comment on raising a young black person except for the fact technically my kids, my better half, my kids have African descent, and you would never know it, but they do, from Syria and the continent of Africa. But what I heard here, look, a mother is always going to be your best advocate. But I totally understand what he was saying in the sense that once you get to this very complicated part of raising a man, right? So I had my uncle. So I can only tell you what my experience is. The brain is experience dependent. Remember that, people. The brain is experience dependent. So I was lucky to have an uncle who was incredibly smart and dedicated to making sure that I was going to be okay when my parents divorced at a young age. So I hear what the guy, the last caller was saying. It's not that easy, right? It's not that easy to broad brush everybody in the same thing. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is that a mother is going to set a foundation if she's engaged, if she's present. And if she does that, oh my goodness, she's never going to alienate the father. Never. She may not agree. She may not be happy with the father if they're divorced or whatever, or just not even ever married. But she'll never degrade the father. Never. My mother never
Sean,
did that to my dad.
Sean, stay with me. When we come forward, we're going to go back to Oakland for Sean's final thought.
Wherever he laid his hat was his home. And when he died, all he left us was alone. Papa was a rolling stone, my son, yeah. Wherever he laid his hat was his home.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. New York City Mayor Eric Adams says hate